Hi there everyone, it's Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Welcome to another week of cards. Well, since last week's cards were so involved, I thought this week we would do some clean and simple cards. So I'm using the Cuckoo Cachoo stamp set from Darcy's, and I am going to be doing some coloring with my blends and some Copic markers. So I am using the Hammermill 100-pound cardstock that I get off of Amazon. This is what I like to use to color. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut that down to 4 1/4 by 5, 4 1/4 by 11, scored it at 5 1/2, and then this layer is 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm stamping this image with Memento Tuxedo Black because again, I will be using some blends and some Copics. So I wanted to add a bit of color to this card. So I'm going to take the Season's Greetings stamp from the So Many Stars stamp set, and I'm going to heat emboss this on Coastal Cabana cardstock, and I'm using a red glitter embossing powder from Zig. So pretty. Stampin' Up! Carried one a few years ago, but they retired it. So if you're unfamiliar, clean and simple cards are just how they sound, clean and simple. So the 3 cards you're going to see this week are simple in design, but not simple in the wow factor. I think they all turned out fantastic. You guys will have to let me know in the comments. So for this, like I said, I'm going to be using a blend of blends from Stampin' Up! And Copic markers. So I wanted to make sure that I stuck with like blue, like Coastal Cabana, Pool Party, and then I'm using Poppy Parade and Cherry Cobbler for my reds. And here you can see just how easily the blends actually work with the Copic markers. So if you have a few Copic markers in your collection and you're not concerned with getting any more and you want to try the blends, they just all alcohol markers work well together. It's just how you blend them out. So here, the one on the left is one that I had stamped. You can see the snowflake had a little bit too much ink. So at first I thought I would do a polar bear, but I was like, I'm tired of doing polar bears. Plus I wanted something a little bit more striking. So I decided to just do a brown bear. So I'm not sure which browns these are. E18. So probably E18, E15, and then whatever's next, E13. And I'm just doing some basic coloring. Again, not an expert. I think I say that every video where I do some Copic coloring. I just, add a little bit of dark, then I add a little bit of light or medium, and then I add a little bit of light and just go on about my day. So nothing too fancy. Isn't this stamp set so cute? I love Darcy's illustrations. Like if I could own every single one of them, I would. The other person that I would own every single one of is Gerda Steiner. I need to get some of her Christmas stamps, but you know what? I need Christmas stamps like I need a hole in the head, right? So I'm gonna take the not Cherry Cobbler, that's Poppy Parade, Misty. The dark Poppy Parade, and I'm gonna go ahead and color this little frame. Initially, I thought I would do a 2-color blend. It's just not big enough. And here I'm using the bullet tip of the marker. And that's what I love. This is what I love about the blends rather than the Copics. And I think one of the Copics is like a bullet nib. I like the bullet nib just to get in some tight places. There you saw me color a couple of the glitter enamel dots. And that's because I wanted them Poppy Parade. And of course ours aren't Poppy Parade. So I'm using Granny Apple Green here for the leaves on the poinsettia. And then I'm adding 3 colors on this. So I started with the dark Cherry Cobbler, then I'm working into the dark Poppy Parade, and then eventually the light Poppy Parade. Cherry Cobbler is a great color to use with either Real Red or Poppy Parade to add a bit more shadow. And for the insides, I just used the yellow Copic. And then I'm going to go ahead and use this B13 to color on the inside of the snowflakes and then go over it with a Pool Party. I wanted it to be a little bit different from the background of the bear, and I really think this turned out really cute. So for the bear's scarf, I'm using light Poppy Parade just to color in the stripes. Again, I was like, should I try to do some blends? And I'm like, no, it's clean and simple. That's what we're supposed to do, clean and simple, right? So I'm just coloring in those stripes with the red, and then I'm going to go around it with, I believe this is dark Pool Party. So again, just really simple coloring. Most of the, blending was on the bear. And I think he turned out so cute. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in this black marker to add back in the eyelashes. And then I'm going to use a white marker to add in the pupil. I'm adding some snowflakes on the back, added a little bit of a highlight on some of the flowers and the snowflakes. And yeah, that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and get this adhered using my Big Mama Jamma. I haven't used this on camera in forever. This is my Scotch tape runner. I love this thing. The problem is it's kind of heavy for me with my myasthenia gravis. So I don't use it very often, but at this point I'd been crafting for like 8 hours and I was out of snail and that was just right there. So at this point I was pretty lazy. And that's why I have green all over my hand. Oh, I forgot to mention that. I apologize for my nails, but since I'm having back surgery tomorrow, I can't have the dip powder on my nails. I can't have anything on my nails. Well, yeah, let's just say once the powder was off, the nails went in my mouth. So, yeah. I mean, they kind of come off anyway because I had to, get it off and my nails underneath aren't very strong because I bit them for so long. So here, let's get back to the card real quick. I added some Scotch foam tape to the back of that sentiment. I had just cut that down earlier, and here it got a little wet because of my baby wipe, but it'll dry and it looks fine. Anyway, so I had to take them off, and then my nails underneath are the nail actually just came off. So it was like, okay, whatever. So they look pretty wretched. Look a little wretched, but like I said, I had been crafting all day. So I was trying to decide if it was straight because that's what happens with Misty. She can't put anything on straight the first time around, but I'm pretty sure it was straight. And then, like I said, I'm going to bring in those 2 enamel dots that I colored. Oh, I must have had a little bit of overage, and that's what I was doing. Yeah, to get rid. Just a little sliver. So here I'm going to bring in, like I said, the glitter enamel dots. And you saw me color these earlier, and the reason why I did that is because they take a little bit to dry. So if you know you're going to use these, go ahead and color them, and you can go put them on your project once you're done. And here I realized that I colored 2 different sizes. And then I decided I wanted to add a Coastal Cabana one to the middle of the snowflake, just to give it a little something something up there. Oh no, then I took that back. I'm all over the place with this card. What's going on? I decided on Poppet Braid. Oh, okay, that's what I used the little one for. So now I'm going to bring in a shimmer pen and go to town. It's not a Christmas card if it doesn't have glitter. How many times have I said that? So this is in real time, so you can see how fast I move. But I mentioned before, the great thing about either Wink of Stella, this is the Nuvo pen, the Spectral Noir pen, is that when you've colored with alcohol markers, it will not smear. So yeah, so after doing that, this card is done. So such a cute, like I said, clean and simple this week, something really, really easy, but still really cute with the Copa coloring. So thank you guys so much for watching. All of the links will be in the description box below, and I'll see you Wednesday for another card. Bye for now.